Welcome to Sissy Bro YouTube channel. On this YouTube channel, we post a variety of content. Some of the content that we post on this YouTube channel is the NFL, the NBA, and some baseball. We also post Marvel, Star Wars, and Disney videos, and we have some other cool videos. I'll go check those out. If you guys can, hit the like and subscribe button to become a legend. Here at Sissy Bro, we want to keep the positivity at max height. So, if you put something nice down in the comments below, we will heart it and drop a like on it. Enough of me rambling, let's hop into this video. Welcome back to Sissy Bro YouTube channel. If you're new to this series, I will be predicting every matchup for the NFL week. So let's hop into this. So I went 12-4. The teams that I got wrong, I thought the Raiders would beat the Patriots, which I got wrong. I thought that the Arizona Cardinals would win, and I also thought the Falcons would win, but they choked again big time, so I did not know that. But I did pretty good. I predicted everyone thought that Lamar Jackson would have beaten them. He played atrociously. He threw not even 100 passing yards. They only scored a total of 14 points on offense, or 13 points, because on special teams they had a kick return touchdown. That's really bad for a good team. The Kansas City Chiefs defense looks for real. They're really scary, and I predicted that right. So I went 12-4. You guys hit the subscribe button to never miss one of our videos. Now let's hop in to week number 4. To start out this week on Thursday Night Football on October 1st, it is the Injury Bowl, where everyone on these two teams have died. Not literally. The Jets are atrocious. In my opinion, they're the worst team in the NFL, while the Denver Broncos have been plagued with many injuries, most notably their quarterback, Drew Lock, is injured. But I think the Denver Broncos are a better team. I think they will win. My score is going to be like 28-14, maybe 21. But both these teams are kind of bad right now, but I think the Denver Broncos are a better team. To start out this Sunday, it is the 2-1 Indianapolis Colts taking on the 3-0 Chicago Bears. Did not expect that happening. But I think the Indianapolis Colts are a better football team. I have more faith in Philip Rivers than I do Nick Foles. Nick Foles is the official Bears starter. But I just think the Colts have settled in nicely. They won the last 2 games against pretty bad teams, but their defense looked great against Minnesota and looked really good against the Jets. So I think that defense is for real. And if Philip Rivers limits the mistake, I think they'll easily, actually, no, not easily, but I think they'll come out with the win against Chicago. I just don't know how good Nick Foles is going to be. I just have a feeling that the Colts will win this game. My score prediction will be 24-20. Now let's head to the next matchup, the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cincinnati Bengals. Both these teams are pretty bad. I think they'll both be top 5 picks, but I think I like the Bengals roster a little better. The Jaguars play terrible against the Miami Dolphins. The Jaguars have a lot more holes than the Bengals do. I think Joe Burrow is going to be the reason why they get the win, and I think overall the Bengals are the better team. And I don't think Gardner Minshew can carry that team to a victory. He could, but I just have more faith in the Bengals. Our next matchup is between the Dallas Cowboys and the Cleveland Browns. This is going to be a high-scoring game while both offenses are pretty good, but both defenses are pretty bad. I think I'm going to pick the Cowboys. I think the Browns are a better rushing team. I don't think Baker Mayfield can carry them to a win. They're a lot better when Baker Mayfield throws the ball under 30 times, and to win this game, he's going to have to throw the ball over 30 times. And I think Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb are going to be limited because they're going to be down a lot of points, so they can't run the ball. So I don't think Baker Mayfield can carry them to a win because they're not going to be able to run the ball because they're going to be down a lot because of the Cowboys' explosive offense. So I'm picking the Dallas Cowboys. I think this Cowboys team is very talented, and also they've been hanging with some really good teams. You could argue that they could be 0-3 right now, but they've had to face some quality opponents. The Rams are pretty good. The Seahawks are really good. And then the Atlanta Falcons have leads. They just can't let it, so they've faced some tough opponents, and I think that the Cowboys offense is going to be very explosive this year. And I did pick them last week, but they lost to Russell Wilson, which there's no shame in losing to Russell Wilson. So that's why I'm picking the Cowboys. Before we hop into this next matchup, if you guys can hit the like and subscribe button, that would mean a lot to us. We really do appreciate it. So if you could just do that for me, that would mean a lot. Thanks. Our next matchup is between the New Orleans Saints and the Detroit Lions. The New Orleans got lost to my Green Bay Packers. Yes, sir. And now they're facing the Detroit Lions, which they upset the Arizona Cardinals, which I did not see coming. But I think the Saints are hungry, and they're going to want to beat the Detroit Lions. If they fall 1-3 in a pretty tough division, I don't think that's going to be pretty rough to come back from. I have my money on Drew Brees, and I think he's going to win the game for them. But I think they may have Michael Thomas back, so that is huge for Drew Brees. And I don't think Jeff Okudah is ready for Michael Thomas. I like Jeff Okudah, but guarding one of the best wide receivers in the league is going to be a tough task. I don't know if he's up for the challenge. But either way, I picked the Saints. At the time I'm recording this, Tennessee Titans and the Pittsburgh Steelers game is canceled. So that game is not going to happen, so I'm just going to skip over them. Our next game is the Seattle Seahawks and the Miami Dolphins. This one's going to be short and sweet. Miami Dolphins have a pretty bad defense. Byron Jones is not playing, their top corner. I think Russell Wilson's going to carve them up. It's going to be a pretty blowout win. I think it's going to be 42 to maybe 20. It's going to be pretty bad, but I'm picking the Seahawks. Our next matchup is between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Los Angeles Chargers. I think Tom Brady is going to have a better game. I think he's going to throw for a good 3-4 touchdowns, good 285 yards. But I think the Chargers, Justin Herbert is still going through some growing pains. I've been impressed with him so far, but I think Tom Brady is going to be a big reason why they win this game. Their defense is super underrated, and I think Justin Herbert's going to have to throw the ball a lot because they have one of the best run defenses in the league, and I don't think Justin Herbert can win the game just yet. I think he's still going through some rookie pains, but I think the Buccaneers will win this game. This next one's going to be pretty short. The Baltimore Ravens play the Washington football team. The Washington football team's a bad team. The Baltimore Ravens are a really good team. So I think it's going to be a blowout. I do like the Washington football team's D-line, but Baltimore is going to run all over them. Expect that to be a blowout. I'm picking 38-20. Actually, no, 14. The Washington football team's offense is one of the worst in the league. Our next matchup is between the Arizona Cardinals and the Carolina Panthers. Kyler Murray did not play great in his last game. He threw 3 interceptions, while the Panthers barely beat the Chargers. I think Kyler Murray is going to have a bounce-back game. Their Panthers secondary is not great, so I think he's going to have a great game. It's going to be a bounce-back game. And I'm picking the Cardinals. I think it's going to be 31-21. The next matchup is the winless teams, the Minnesota Vikings versus the Houston Texans. I love watching the Minnesota Vikings fail. But the Houston Texans have had a really rough start. You have to face Kansas City, then you have to go face Baltimore, and then the Steelers, probably the three best teams in the AFC. Maybe you can exclude the Bills. But, geesh, that's a really rough schedule. Play the three teams that are definitely going to make the playoffs. No shame in losing to any of those teams. But the Minnesota Viking defense has looked really, really bad. And I think Deshaun Watson is going to carve that up. I think the Texans will win their first game. Kirk Cousins has looked pretty spotty. In the Packers game, he looked terrible for the first 3 quarters. Then he looked atrocious in the Indianapolis game. He looked better in the Titans game, but I don't think they can beat the Texans. Our next matchup is between the LA Rams and the New York Giants. The LA Rams are a pretty good team. They barely lost to the Bills, and the Giants are the 31st team. They are really bad this year. I think the Rams are going to win big time. I think it's going to be a 31-13 big blowout. At 4:25, it is the Kansas City Chiefs and the New England Patriots. I think this is going to be an amazing game. Both great teams. But I think Patrick Mahomes is the best player in the NFL. And I think he's going to do really good against the New England defense. I think it's going to be 31-34. I think he's going to do what Russell Wilson did against the Patriots a couple weeks ago. Expect this to be, I think, a high-scoring game. I'm pumped to watch this one. But expect Patrick Mahomes to have a field day. And I think Cam Newton is going to have a pretty good day too. But I think Patrick Mahomes at the end of the day is going to win. And that defense looked really good for KC against Baltimore. Actually, I think that the Patriots could score under maybe 25-30 if the defense plays as good as it did last week. Now, our next matchup is between the Buffalo Bills and the Las Vegas Raiders. I think the Bills are the better team. I put faith in the Las Vegas Raiders, and they got clobbered by the Patriots running game. And I think we're going to see less of Josh Allen, and we're going to see more of the running backs. And I think Josh Allen's going to be running it more often. Their run D looked terrible. And I think they're going to run the ball a lot. So I'll be picking the Bills. Then it's the actual injury bowl. The Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers. Good God, these teams have been plagued by so many injuries. But Carson Wentz has looked like poopy caca this year. He has looked terrible. He's been throwing so many picks. He's been looking terrible. And while Nick Mullins actually looked pretty good, he threw 300 yards last game. I think he could definitely be a starter. And I have more faith in the San Francisco team than I do the Philadelphia Eagles. So I think the 49ers will win. Monday Night Football. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons just love to choke leads away, especially in the fourth quarter. Yeah. I have terrible news. Allen Lazard, the Packers wide receiver, is out for the game. I believe he tore one of his core, part of his core. So he's definitely going to be out. That hurts the Packers a lot. But I do think the Packers will win this game. They have Aaron Rodgers, MVP, 9 touchdowns, 0 pick. He's playing out of his mind. Aaron Rodgers is playing great. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. But the Atlanta Falcons defense is horrific. I would say one of the worst in the league. While the Packers defense can play really well, and I just think the Packers have a better overall team. Their offenses are evenly matched. I would probably give the Packers have better offense, and the Packers defense is a whole lot better. I think it's going to be 38-28. But let me know what you guys think about all these matchups down in the comments below. I'm going to be doing this every week, so hit the like and subscribe button. And I'm also thinking of doing power rankings for all different, a top 10 each week. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys don't mind, hit like and subscribe, and that would mean a lot to us. We really do appreciate it. I know these rough times right now, but stay happy, stay safe, and stay positive. Look on the bright side. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This has been Bro. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out. Bye.